it's working. So I'm going to continue with my sales. But first, I want to show you guys my profile so that you know how to find me on Mercari. Probably whenever you click on the link that I say, but there I am, Thrifty Treasures. It's something that I primarily do through my phone, and I don't really list on the desktop so much with Mercari, but I think that you can now. Actually, I know that you can. So if you don't enjoy listing on your phone, you can definitely do it on the desktop. So, okay, so let's get into sales. So the way I'm going to do this is we're going to work backwards. So these are going to be the sales, the most recent sales that I've had, and then we'll just go backwards. I just said that, didn't I? Okay, so here we go. First one, I've got 2 items that just sold this morning. I just listed them this morning, and I'll go into some of the logic on some of them, why I sold them or whatever. So this one here, actually the next 2 items I'm going to show you are ones that I've definitely found in the jewelry jar. I say the jewelry jar. Now I get bags of jewelry from my local Goodwill. I also do the Goodwill Blue Box that drops at 5 o'clock every Friday. Sometimes I get 2 boxes, sometimes I just get 1 box. There's actually a limit now, so you can only order 2 boxes whenever the Goodwill Blue Box. And if you're not familiar with what that is, you can just Google it and you can read about it. There's all kinds of different mystery boxes that you can buy, and it's a lot of fun, you guys. Okay, so the first one here is now I can't remember if this came from Goodwill Blue Box or my local Goodwill, but yeah, either way, I was so excited to find this little creature in here. So it is a sterling, I called it Navajo Thunderbird turquoise. And the reason why I called it Navajo was I did a little bit of research. It's got this extra long safety pin right here, and it does say sterling right there. And you know, while doing my research, I found that it was similar to the Fred Harvey ones. So, and if I remember correctly, when like people would go and stay in hotels and stuff, I think that items like this little Thunderbird here, this little pin, were like little trinkets given away for free at like the hotels and stuff like that. I hadn't planned on talking about it, but you know, I probably should have done some research and told you guys more. But yeah, that is something along those lines. I was reading about it. So yeah, had it up for $53 and it sold for $43. Not too bad. And I recently purchased a new jewelry scale. So if it's sterling silver or I'm selling gold, I definitely like to weigh it and let the buyer know, or potential buyer know, how many grams the item weighs. Okay. So the next item is also a sterling silver item, and it was a bangle, and I didn't know if it was anything to start with because I didn't see any kind of markings on it. But then when I took the bangle and I pushed down on this one part of it and opened it, there was a bar there and it said sterling on it. So let me see if I showed that in the pictures. Now my internet is running a little bit slow, which I don't know why, because nobody's home but me. And the reason why I say that is because usually when everybody's home, they're on their phone, or my son's gaming on his computer. But yeah, I know that I had to have shown a picture here. Anyway, I had this listed for $24 this morning, and it sold. I got an offer for $19. Here's the bangle, the portion that I pulled out that said sterling. Different things that can be hallmarked, especially with the Navajo stuff. But just last night, I was going through another bag of jewelry, and I actually found I'm going to chop this up, so I'm going to tell you what it's called Mignon Faggot. So this, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is what the spelling looks like. But I found a sterling silver bangle by that person, and they seem to go for really good money. I'm definitely going to be listing that up on Mercari, but I need to finish going through the bag and all the other bags to make sure there's no more just like it, because lots of times those bangles will come in sets of like 3 or 6 or something like that. Okay, so this is a QT sterling silver turquoise necklace. This is the first QT piece I've ever seen, and apparently I think QT stands for Carolyn Pollock is what I gathered from my research, just doing a little bit of it. So there was a little hang tag right here on this little heart, and it says QT. I believe it says 925, if it will pull up. But yeah, and I definitely prefer to use the black. There it is. And then it's also marked on the back of the pendant as well. But I do enjoy using the black background just because it means less editing for me. Whenever you see any of my items for sale and they're on a real pretty white, crisp background, that usually means when I have sterling silver pieces or gold pieces, they usually end up selling the same day, but not always. Let's see, and then sometimes I like to get really artsy and break out my rock for pictures. I know that eBay doesn't like that, so I know a lot of people do it over on Etsy, but I have a lot of rocks too. I have a lot of different rocks. I'm a rock hound just like my friend Travis. He scored a whole bunch this past weekend at the estate sale, so I was happy for him. So I have these here on the rock, and there are two little Trifari gold tone pins. One's a pear and one is a mushroom. And I had them up for $16 and I got an offer for $12. I also wanted to mention that I definitely do charge for shipping on Mercari most of the time, and the reason why is because it's just like putting an item up on eBay and adding a best offer option. People, most of the time are going to send you an offer on Mercari. And if you have that up, and plus if you keep promoting your item, your price keeps getting lower and lower and lower, and then all of a sudden you don't really end up seeing much of a profit if you're offering free shipping. Plus another reason I like to do another reason I do like to charge shipping on Mercari is because it's super easy. Once I sell an item, I just go to my app and I click print shipping label, and it automatically prints from my phone to my printer. And I just love that. Now, if I was doing shipping on my own, I'd have to go into a totally different app and type in the person's address, and it's just a little bit more time consuming. So with me doing shipping through Mercari, it's so much faster. And I am going to stop here to make sure we are still recording good.